Love should feel like home, not like a battlefield. But sometimes, what you think is love is just lust in disguise. Welcome to Tales by Shravan, where stories awaken your mind and soul. Niharika was a bright student with big dreams. From the moment she stepped into college, her focus was clear: to build a future her family could be proud of. Her parents had sacrificed so much to support her education, and she knew she couldn't let them down. At first, Niharika was disciplined, always on time for lectures, dedicating hours to her studies, and avoiding unnecessary distractions. But college life wasn't as simple as she thought. Surrounded by new friends, late-night parties, and constant peer pressure, Niharika started to lose her way. It all started when she met Varun, a charismatic senior who seemed to have everything: charm, confidence, and a magnetic personality that turned heads wherever he went. At first, Niharika ignored his advances. She knew her goals were important, but Varun's persistence wore her down. He made her feel special, like she mattered more than anything else. He would wait for her outside her class, surprise her with coffee during late-night study sessions, and make her laugh when she felt overwhelmed. Slowly, Niharika's focus on studies began to slip as Varun consumed more of her thoughts. She started skipping morning lectures just to spend time with him. Books piled up on her desk, untouched for days. "You are too serious about life," Varun would say. "Relax a little, enjoy yourself. You deserve it." Niharika believed this was love. After all, love was supposed to be intense, right? But soon, Varun's attention turned into something else. He started controlling her choices. "Don't go out with your friends," he'd say. "You should spend that time with me." If she didn't reply to his messages quickly enough, he'd question her loyalty. "If you really cared about me, you'd give me your time," he'd insist. Niharika, wanting to keep the relationship alive, gave in. Each time she compromised, Varun's demands grew bolder. Then came the night when Varun pushed her to cross boundaries she wasn't ready for. "If you really love me, you'll prove it," he whispered. Niharika refused, her heart pounding in fear and confusion. The next day, Varun ignored her completely. Days turned into weeks, and Niharika fell into despair. Varun's words haunted her. "If you can't give me what I need, there's no point in this relationship." Heartbroken, Niharika spiraled into a pit of self-doubt. She blamed herself for not being enough. Alcohol became her escape, and sleepless nights turned into mornings filled with regret. Her dreams of building a bright future seemed distant and impossible. She skipped exams, avoided friends, and felt like a failure. The confident, ambitious girl who once walked into college with pride now felt like a stranger to herself. One night, as she sat alone in a corner of a dimly lit bar, drowning her sorrows in yet another glass, she met Akil. He was nothing like Varun, calm, grounded, and patient. He didn't flirt or make her feel pressured. Instead, he simply listened. Over time, Akil became a quiet presence in her life, someone she could talk to without fear of judgment. One evening, as Niharika poured her heart out, Akil gently asked, "Niharika, what are you running from?" She hesitated, but then confessed everything: her heartbreak, her guilt, her shattered dreams. Akil didn't offer false comfort or empty advice. Instead, he said something that changed her life. "Love isn't supposed to feel like a burden. Real love doesn't demand your peace. It adds to it." His words echoed in her mind for days. Slowly, Niharika began to reflect. She realized that what she thought was love had been manipulation. Varun never cared about her well-being. He only cared about controlling her. With Akil's support, she started rebuilding her life. Niharika returned to her books, stayed away from toxic people, and focused on her goals. It wasn't easy. There were days when memories of Arun haunted her, and the old pain resurfaced. But every time those thoughts tried to pull her back, she reminded herself, I am enough. With time, her grades improved, her confidence returned, and she found purpose once again. Akil stood by her as a true friend, encouraging her, reminding her of her worth, and celebrating her victories. As months passed, their bond deepened, and love bloomed naturally, not from pressure or desperation, but from mutual respect and trust. Niharika learned that true love doesn't demand proof, it simply accepts you as you are. The demon of lust had once clouded her judgment, but now she knew the difference between desire and love. The moral of the story? Love nurtures, while lust demands. Knowing the difference can save your heart from endless pain. Double asterisk. If this story inspired you, don't forget to subscribe to Tales by Shravan for more powerful life lessons. Your journey to self-improvement starts here.